let's see, what is today? It's the 6th of December, coming up to the end of the year here. Good to see you. And I'm John Lee, St. Louis Real Estate Investors Association. We do have Lloyd Allender, president, and Laura, our membership chair. And we're here with Miss Katharyn Davis today to fill us in on all this great stuff we got coming up for the end of the year. So Kathy, you just go ahead and say whatever you got to say today.
Oh, let me first of all say, Dave, did I send you a copy of the ruling from the Fifth Circuit? Good, okay. Because I saw your face and I thought, did I remember to do that? Because you were very helpful to me sending me, the pending case. So now you know that Texas Top Cop Shop won a preliminary injunction against the United States staying the Corporate Transparency Act. So as we were talking before, John put us all on, those of us who had procrastinated and not filed our CTA reports are being rewarded because now it's all stayed. It's which includes the law offices of Davis and Travellini. I can tell you, I kept saying to myself, "Oh, you need to get that done," but I didn't do it. I'm sure that none of us really have anything to worry about with respect to that, but I do kind of agree with the plaintiffs that it seemed like, I mean, I'm just not persuaded that this is going to help them stop terrorism or money laundering or that kind of thing. I think the banking regulations that they have are better with that. And then, with cryptocurrency, which is completely, underground, I mean, they should figure out how to track that, because I think that's what a lot of criminals use to pay for things. They use crypto. I'm sure there are some honest people that use crypto too, so I'm not just jumping on crypto here, but I just don't think that making every small business in the country file this report was going to be that helpful to them. So, for those of you who came on a couple minutes late, the Corporate Transparency Act has been stayed by the Fifth Circuit in Texas. And in this case, unlike the Florida one, it's a nationwide stay. So if you haven't filed your Corporate Transparency Act report yet, detailing the ownerships of any of your entities, you do not have to do that until further notice. And of course, with everybody's help, I will try to keep monitoring that to figure out if that stay gets lifted and we return to having to do it. Okay, the second thing that I sent to John, and John, if you have a second, if you could put those links in the chat, that'd be great. The city of St. Louis has started another EREP program, I think with about $3 million for rental assistance for tenants. I think if they can get money to pay you, then that is a good thing. To me, that's a better use of their funds than the right to counsel, which you may have read about in the paper recently. They just don't have enough money to handle very many cases with the right to counsel. And for the most part, giving them a lawyer doesn't help them much, because if they owe the rent, they're going to have to pay the rent. If people are needy and they need help paying the rent, to me, that's a better use of the funds. I think even a better use of the funds would be stabilizing the city's water supply, but that's just me. I'm not a cholera fan. I apparently in City Hall, they had just all drink bottled Avian water, I guess. But so those are the two big news items. John has put a link to that EREB program in the chat. If you want to refer your tenants to the program, you can. The typical scenario we've seen with rental assistance programs before is that they wait until the day before court to apply for it, and then they try to use it to buy them some more time, which we're not appreciative about. But we are in that time of the year when there are very few court dates left. The judgments that we're getting when we're waiting for our finality day, when we can file for the sheriff, it's getting pretty likely that sheriffs are not going to be coming out to execute on these judgments until after the first of the year. Any suit that we file now, I know in the county we're getting January 9th. I'm not sure about the city, but I think it's probably January 8th. We're getting a new judge in the city. Chris, do you know yet? What? Chris just came back from court in St. Charles, and he said in the city we're going to be getting January 15th as our first court date of the year. We have a new judge there, and he's coming from the Missouri Attorney General's office, and I'm not sure when he's starting. Oh, no, wait, maybe I'm thinking of the county one. Yeah.
They're announcing today, I thought.
Oh, they're announcing today. Okay.
That's what you told me.
So many new judges. Okay, our new county judge, who is not, we're not going to be in front of them. We have a different judge. I don't know when he's starting either, but the new city judge, the governor's supposed to announce that pick today. And I guess they're confident that they'll be in place by January 15th for us to be able to have court then. So if you can get your tenants in the city to get some money from this ERAP program to tide them over and get you some money, I don't think that's a bad thing. And so I think that's all I have that's new, the CTA and the new ERAP. Does anybody have any questions or things you want me to cover?
Hi, Kathy. This is Ann Bollinger.
Hey, Ann, how are you?
Good. I just want to make sure I heard you correctly.
Yes.
I have a tenant that our property manager did file the sheriff's notice for eviction. You know, he had his judgment, now the sheriff's notice. And so you said the sheriff's office probably will not execute on those until after the new year.
Hang on a second. Hey, Chris. Hey, Heather, is Chris out there? I'm gonna see if I can get Chris in here to say for sure what dates we're getting now, but they
Okay.
have been behind a couple of weeks all year anyway. If we file, let's say we have an execution that we're filing today, are we still likely to get an eviction date this year?
What's the opposite of likely? It's already in January.
He said, what's the opposite of likely?
No, they had that stuff dropped off last Monday to get the last day of the year. So it's
Okay.
in January anyway.
So we're in January now. And we
Okay.
had to drop stuff off by a week ago Monday to get this year still. And we do have a new sheriff taking office in the city. The old sheriff apparently is behaving badly, and the new sheriff we're hopeful about because he's come and talked to the judges and he's made the right moves, but there could be a little bit of transition pain there anyway. So it might be good that we're not going to have any evictions right around the holidays while the new people get settled in. If you go down in the courthouse, it's just gossip central, and everybody's talking about deputies that left because they didn't like Vern Betts that might come back, who are good deputies and might be helpful. And then there might be some good ones that will lose. So we don't know yet how that's all going to shake out. Fingers crossed, by the time we get to have court and have evictions again, it'll have settled down. Hopefully. So yeah, did I answer that for you, Ann?
You did. Thank you.
Okay. Got on late. Did John mention? Yes, I mentioned that. Actually, thank you, Bruce. And I'll repeat that one more time for the late people. The Corporate Transparency Act, the Fifth Circuit in Texas granted a nationwide stay on filing for that. So you don't have to file for that for the time being, unless that gets overturned. And we will try to keep you apprised of that on here. If I learn anything in between the times when I come and talk to you, I will email that to John, which brings me to the next thing, the Disney cruise. Yes, I'm going on a Disney cruise. I think my husband is going to shoot himself. It's right after Christmas, and so I will miss the first Friday of January. So I'll stay in touch with John on that, but I might come back on the second Friday of January if that's okay with everyone. And that might be good anyway, because I might have more info about how things are going in the city with the new judge and the new sheriff and that kind of thing. And I doubt that anything will happen on the CTA over the holidays, but if it does, I'll email John. Okay, anybody got anything else? Okay, everybody, I want you to have a really great holiday. Think of me with, as my husband says, 10,000 screaming children. I found out there's an adult bar. That's where we'll be.
Have a great time, Kathy. Thank you so much for the update. A lot going on. We'll look forward to hearing about the new sheriff in town when you get back and whatever else is going on. So just have a great time. Don't think about us.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Right.
Have a great Christmas. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, some good updates.
Yeah, that's a good update. I wouldn't miss the sheriff though. He's hope the new one has a good sense of humor as Sheriff Betts. He spoke a year before last, I think it was at the Mr. Landlord conference. He was a real card. So good sense of humor. But anyway, before we get to go with the networking, Laura, you want to read our standard disclaimer?
Sure. Good morning and welcome, everyone. First, I'd like to do a bit of housekeeping.
Feel free to unmute yourself when it's your turn to speak. Please be mindful of everyone else by muting yourself while others are speaking. You're welcome to put any contact information that you want to share into the chat. We meet here to share deals, look for deals and solutions we have in need with our real estate. We are not your financial advisors, attorney, or accountants. We do not endorse or recommend any specific solutions or contractors here. You're advised to do your own due diligence to your own satisfaction before you invest. The first Friday of each month is Ask the Attorney with Miss Katharyn Davis. Our meetings are typically recorded, so only share what you want others to know.
Okay, thank you, Laura. And I'll just mention a few things about upcoming events. Well, I'll mention one. This last Monday we had our December networking lunch, and we had quite a crowd. I was surprised with the inclement weather and everything. We had 15 people show up for lunch on Monday. So glad to see everybody that came, and hope to see you all again. Yeah, see Jim. I remember Jim was there. And how you doing? And let's see. I don't know anybody. Oh yeah, Frank Bauer. Yeah, Frank was there. He was a first timer. Good to see you both here on today. So anyway, yeah, a big reminder, if you haven't heard it enough times already, in January for our live and in-person main events are going to start meeting at the Lodge de Pere at 10050. That's 1050 De Pere Road in De Pere, Missouri, and the zip is 63131. And it'll be in our, well, it was been in the last two newsletters. I know Kristen put it in there. I've been announcing it at the last two live main events, and just want to get it out in front of you today. That meeting, our first meeting in January, it's the same day of the month, the same time. This is the third Tuesday from 6:30 to 9, but just a different location. We're at the Lodge de Pere in De Pere, Missouri. So it's right close to the Manchester and 270 exit. So it's pretty close off the highway. Easy to get to and get out. And it's a nice, very nice newer facility. And we've got a great room reserve there for the rest of the year, 2025. And on that day, on the 21st of January, we do have two CPAs coming. They're Nicole Thousand and Matt Orr from the Thousand CPA Services LLC. They're going to be talking about issues. One of the issues they had was the Corporate Transparency Act. So they can give us an update there, as I'm sure there's going to be some appeals, and like Kathy mentioned, who knows what's going to fall out after. It's in a stay right now, but they'll give us an update on that. Also, they're going to be talking about Section 1031 tax deferred exchanges, and also there was one 721 exchanges was mentioned in their write-up for us. So I'm looking forward to getting some more information on that. They're also going to talk about formations of your entities, LLC versus S corps and C corps. What are the pluses and minuses? Everyone has its pluses and minuses. And then there's some other new regulations that are coming on board next year that will affect real estate investors. So they'll keep us up to date. That's a good reason for being a member of this organization. We keep you up to date on what's going on in the investment community, whether it's from the legal aspects, accounting purposes, keep you all clear of any running afoul with any tax issues with the city or the federal taxes. So to be good meeting. Looking forward to our new location, and we're going to continue to have food like we've had in the past. So arrive early at 6:30. Have some light menu items, and get the year January kicked off to a good start. Getting your accounting affairs in order. If you're not already, they'll give us some guidance on how to set your books up, and maybe take advantage of some last minute deductions you might have forgotten about before you file for 2024. So it should be a good meeting. Anyway, who's got something they want to start us out with today?
I just got a quick question about the new location.
Yeah.
You might be asking. Is there like a certain room or, you know, you gonna have signs where we're gonna be located at?
Should be a sign in the lobby. The conference rooms are just to the right as you come in. You enter the main lobby, you'll see there's a desk. They got a desk, and just to the right of that desk, there's the conference room. And we've got they have a series of three of them. We've got two of them open reserve. They each seat 50 people, so we'll have seating for 100 people. So it'll be easy once you find it. Use your Google Maps if you don't already, or it's all Diana put one in with the announcement for this being down at the bottom. She put a little map showing where it's at Manchester and 270. And I've asked Kristen will be putting one in the newsletter too to show you how to get there. But once you find it, it's easy to just come in the front door of the lobby and look to the right. And they're supposed to have a sign up too for us, point you in the right direction. Now, good question. Okay. I see Dave Soto is on here today. He's one of our Soto Property Solutions is one of our supporting vendors. I'd like to give him a chance to say a word about his company services if he wants to.
Sure. Yeah. So we're Sutter Property Solutions. We're a full service property management company. What that means is we take over your rental properties and we handle it from A to Z. We take care of all the tenants from start to finish, make readies, maintenance, collecting rent, going after them when they're late. We are a full service, and we also do real estate not as a main product, but as ancillary. So that we're working with investors that want to build a portfolio or reduce something in the portfolio. We can do that. We have an office we're based out of Cape Girardeau, but we have an office in St. Louis. And Stacy Lowe is our salesperson in that market. And she's not with us today. I think she's at a closing or something, or dealing with the owner of the property for sale or buying. I just looked at the calendar real quick. So I'll put Stacy's information on there. And when I say we're full service, we have 160 different owners, and they're all over the country. And so for the most part, unless there's something going on, they only hear from us once a month on the 15th when we email them saying your money has been deposited in your bank account and you have access to your portal to review your statement. So that's what we mean, full service. If you want to be an investor and not have to deal with everything, that's what we take care of.
Okay. Thank you, David. And yeah, if you want to know more to get Stacy's information is on our website too. They're one of our supporting vendors down the right-hand side of most of our pages at STLREIA.com. It'll be there, or your contact information is there too. Okay. Who else has got something for us? Anything real estate related? You got a property you want to sell? You're looking to buy a property. We usually have a wholesaler or two on here that might have something or be looking in your area. Or even a service. We need a lot of services like property management, or hey, I should give a shout out to let's talk about services. Just last month, I had took advantage of I had one of my condos was empty, and I had one of those gold colored shower tub enclosures that they put in the 70s, and I had it freshened up with a nice sort of reglazing of white, and looks super. And I got the referral right here one Friday a few weeks back. So I don't you didn't write down whose name it was, but yeah, it's a good place. It was I can tell you the name of the I should have laid it out here. It was Gary. If you need any a reglazer, I can give you a good referral. He's very reasonable and got in and out while I was even out of town. He came in and I gave him put a lockbox on the door. He came in, did the job, and it came back and had a beautiful white tub shower enclosure. Hey, let's see, Ravinda.
Yeah,
Just-
Brian,
Yeah,
you put info in there. You want to go ahead and unmute
yeah,
yourself and
yeah,
tell us
you know,
about that?
unmute yourself and go ahead and tell us.
You got you got a place in Illinois, I believe, still, right? Can't hear you.
Oh, yeah, Ryan. Okay.
Tur- You there?
Yeah, he unmuted himself. We can't still.
I don't know what happened here.
Okay.
Let's see. Well, if you can figure out how to unmute here, you got a place in Illinois. I remember that was Coffeen. Let's see, 107 West Main.
Yeah.
Am I there
Yeah.
yet?
Yeah, there you are. Okay. Thanks.
Technology, right? Yeah, so yeah, just an update on my little multifamily in Coffeen, Illinois. Again, this property is around three major federal employers. We got the prison, we got the power plant, we've got the Vistra power plant, the coal mine, and the big federal prison. I think that's called, well, I can't remember the name of it. I think it's Graham prison. And then this area, it's it's two lots. It's a kind of a little bit of a rough building, but somebody was living there for the last 2 years, and we're just cleaning it out today. I did get my eviction, so that's all done. It's a totally empty building. It's got three small apartments on the second floor. It's almost completely no walls or anything on the first floor, ready for any type of build out. And then yeah, I'm still asking for 100,000 for that. I'll have I'm sure more details about it next week. I'm going to get pictures later, more interior pictures later on today. I'll put those on my Facebook page for Family Time Properties. And then what else can I tell you about it? Yeah, and the good news is there's some structural issues. Just the people who lived there before, they had some skill, they just couldn't make their payments. And they fixed some issues around the windows. They fixed a few things. I really applaud them for that. I really wish I could have kept them in there, but it just didn't happen. So I'm glad that they've made some structural type of improvements to make my building better, and that was one good aspect of the relationship. So, but we are on our second dumpster of cleaning the place out. So it's been a fun day. So that's where that project's at.
Thank you, Ryan. And if let's see, you mentioned your Facebook page. If
Yeah,
you put a link in there for us, that'd be good. And also if you want to verbally mention your phone number and your contact information, so if anybody's interested, they could get a hold of you if they're watching the replay. That'd be great.
yeah, absolutely. My phone number is area code 630-334-3433. And you can find me on Family Time Properties LLC in Facebook. I'll figure out the link issue here and see if I can get that link up there, and you'll see that later on in the chat.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else got anything?
See, we got Ravindra, is that correct? Is new to us. Good to, welcome. Good to have you here. And you got four doors recently purchased. And yeah, we're looking forward to meeting you too. And Lloyd, I don't know if you were here earlier, but he mentioned the lunch and also the our main events we have once a month, which we don't have one in December because of the holidays, but it'll be here before you know it in January. So
Yeah.
if you,
Yeah, hope you can join us. We got our next live event will be our first Monday in January, which I even looked at my calendar what day that is. That's the looks like the 6th of January. We'll have a lunch at the Applebee's on Olive and 270, and then our main event is going to be on the January 21st at the Lodge de Pere.
Hey everybody, yeah, thanks. I will definitely try to join in.
Good. Yeah, again, glad to have you with us.
Thank you.
Hey Lloyd, I might mention that this is Jim Hoon. I am a private money lender, and we have money to loan. So we specialize in rehabs and rentals. And so if anybody needs private money, please let me know. My phone number is 314-602-7102.
Okay, very good, Jim. If you want to put that in the chat, people can catch it.
Okay, and Jim, do you have any certain like limits, minimums, maximums, any kind of LTVs or anything you'd like to share with us? For a little more detail?
Sure. We loan typically up to 75% of ARV. We specialize in we'll go as low as 50,000, and we loan up to around 200,000. So 50 to 200,000 is kind of our sweet spot.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, and if you don't mind putting your phone number in there also, and thanks for mentioning it verbally, but if you don't mind putting that in there for anybody that wants to write it down, it's not as quick as I'd like to be. Thanks.
Yeah, very good. Okay. Who else got something for us today? Quiet day today, huh? Everybody's out celebrating that the Corporate Transparency Act has been stayed. Everybody that didn't file yet. Us that have filed already, we're now, what are they going to do with our information? How long is it going to take to delete it?
Hey, I got something for sale.
Yeah, Eric. Yeah, go ahead.
Write some stuff down in the chat here. I'll put it out. I got a lot and on 8251 Brenner Avenue. You could put a small house on there. Sewer and utilities are available. It's about 6,900 square footage, so you could put like a small house, like I said, on there. And owner financing is available. So if anybody be interested, my number is 314-624-1971. And I also will put that in the chat.
Okay, yeah. And Brenner Avenue, is that in the city?
Midland area, Midland, that part over by Overland.
Okay. Okay.
Do you have a cost you'd like to share with us on that, Eric? Like how much you want and
No,
financing you mentioned, maybe so?
The price is negotiable. I've had this give me a price. It's negotiable.
Do you have something you want to get started with though? I mean, because you could say $1 or you could say $100,000. I mean,
let's say around 5,000. I say start negotiable till
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any terms that you'd like to share with us? You mentioned owner financing. Do you have anything in mind as far as terms go?
Well, I mean, it's going to be a non-refundable down payment, if they do owner financing. I will also, let's say, if we come to agreement, if you pay cash, I would give you a discount. And as far as the, if let's say a minimum down payment, let's say for a monthly payment, let's say around $79 per month. Like I said, with a non-refundable down payment, so that'll be my terms.
Okay, and if you don't mind putting your information in the chat box for us too, that'd be great. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Who else has got something for us today? We have a quiet crowd here, huh?
I just want to put a quick shout out to Ann Bollinger too for helping us out a couple weeks ago when I was in California and my connections were not working very well. So I see you on here and I appreciate you helping us out. It was very good. I did get the recording. So thanks to Zoom for taking care of that when not everything else doesn't work. And I appreciate that, Ann. Just wanted to say that for you.
You're welcome, John. I'm glad we made it work too.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
well, thank you. Yeah, I was out of town too, so I didn't even know. No, thank you, Ann. Okay.
Okay, and if you look in the chat, some of the things, if you did join us late, that Kathy said was talking about is there is money, and it's still actually from the COVID money, which I thought was kind of interesting, available if you have any renters, if you're landlords, you have any renters, tenants that are having any difficulties. We did put the link in there. I can do that again too if you joined us late. And then also the ruling down in Texas. I put the file in there, and that takes a little bit more. I'll do that again too. So if you want to download that, we were talking about that before we joined in. It is a convenient 79 pages. So you may want to read that in bed. I don't know. But the main thing is that's all on a stay right now, that the Corporate Transparency Act is on stay. So you do not have to fill that out. If you're like some of us that just did it last week, well, too bad, because we don't know what they're going to do with the information. I know Attorney John Heyer, I was on a call with him last night, and he was saying that basically is going to take an act of Congress for them to delete it. So they've already got most of our information out there, and who knows what they're going to do with it. So it doesn't look like it's, well, Kathy kind of mentioned that, but I don't know what it's going to do for as far as terrorists goes either. But the way I look at it is I'm not big enough to worry about it too much. I'm not a terrorist, but they've already got all my information. So a little bit more doesn't hurt anything, although I don't like giving them any information because I already think they have too much. And I don't know. I think that was part of way our country was founded, was on a little anonymity. So anyway, so I'll put that in there. And if anybody wants to know about it, I'd say call Kathy after she gets back from her Disney trip. But she'll be here probably the second week in January. And if you do have anything as far as that goes, I'm sure somebody will be answering her office phone in the meantime. So don't hesitate. If you got a tenant issue, please call Kathy's office.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounded like, I think the government was trying to, scare us into filing with those, what was it, a $10,000 fine and up to 2 years in prison, something like that. And if they're using that to identify terrorists and money laundering, I think it sounds kind of like they wanted to have something in there. If they can't catch you for anything, can't catch up the money launderers and terrorists for anything else, they can get them for not filing their agency with the government. Kind of like Al Capone, if you remember history, he was they could never get him for any of the murders or any of the nasty deeds that he did in his life, but he went to prison for tax evasion. They found all the money he had and that he hadn't been paying taxes on it. So it was. I see the corporate transparency was just another roadblock to catch the uncatchables, I guess. It could convict them for something. But yeah, us law-abiding citizens don't have anything to worry about other than what's going to happen when that database gets hacked and some bad actors get a hold of our information. So anyway, hopefully that'll put it into it with this stay. Okay, well, if nobody else has anything today, I'll just remind everybody that we've got going to be meeting at January 21st at the Lodge de Pere in Missouri. Hope to see you all there for our next event. We don't have one in December. as we said before, people have too many things going on the third Tuesday in December, so we only meet 11 months out of the year. So our next meeting will be that January 21st in 2025. Any other parting comments, Sean?
Well, we'll still be here on Fridays. We're not.
Yeah, on Fridays.
Not
Yep.
gonna,
Virtually.
conflict with our holidays, and we haven't missed one yet, and we don't plan on it anytime soon. And, you know, there's been a lot of people help us over the last 5 years. So, well, we're be 5 years completed in April, beginning of April. So, and Kathy Davis, who comes in first of the first Friday of the month now, she's the one that helped us start all this back when everybody had confusion during COVID and all the stuff going on. We didn't know what to do, and they shut everything down. Well, we started meeting on Fridays, and we're still here. So, we appreciate everybody tuning in, and it's a good way to stay updated on everything. So, I thank everybody. You have a great holidays if we don't see you, but do tune in. There's no excuse anymore. We can tune in from anywhere in the world, even with bad connections. We can still get here. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
That's about all I got.
Thank you all for coming, and we'll see you next Friday. Take care.